Hello everyone! So, Rambles here, back for my mid-quarterly update, where I tell you how my goals have been for this year. I was planning on doing this update at the beginning of February, but life happened, things got in the way, and I wasn't able to do it, so sorry about that, but here I am now, mid-February, so, I mean, it's midway through, instead of being a third of the way through. So, I'm going to talk about what happened in January, and then also kind of what's been happening in February so far, with regards to my 2023 goals. So, yeah. So, first things I should probably mention is JMoF. So, January I went to JMoF. It was my first ever furry convention. So JMoF is Japan Meeting of Furries. I had a good time there. I met some really fun people. I did have a bit of a existential crisis where I felt like I didn't really fit in with other people because I wasn't as deep in the furry rabbit hole, deep down the fur. Wow, that came out incredibly wrong. Wasn't as deep down the furry rabbit hole as some other people. And yeah, for example, my con badge that I have had just had my real name on it, because back when I signed up to JMoF, this was back in October, I believe, I hadn't finished my boy Rambles. I hadn't started this YouTube channel, and really I didn't have a name until after I uploaded my first ever video to YouTube. And that's when I thought, okay, Rambles is a pretty good name for this character. So, yeah, I didn't really have a persona name to go by either, because I wasn't like 100% decided on Rambles as the name for this boy. But yeah, this is the con badge. I have edited it so it has my new my new persona name on it. Oh my god, I can't hold this thing at all. Wow. Okay, so there we go. Hopefully you can see it. So yeah, you get these little tag things to stick on your badge if you wanted, and you might see these 4 stickers up here. And this was actually a really cool idea, because Japan is still kind of in the midst of
panini,
or like caring about
cabbage
prevention and stuff like that. So I know like most of the Western world doesn't give a toss anymore. They kind of dropped it. But in Japan, it's still very much everyone wears a mask everywhere. Still have to disinfect your hands if you're going into any restaurant or supermarket or anything like that. So what these stickers are was every morning you would go to the reception desk and you would get your temperature taken, and then if you passed the temperature check, then you got a sticker. But like the stickers are really cool because they took something that is kind of a pain in the ass and not very fun at all, you know, temperature check, and they turned it into like a really cool thing where you kind of each day you got a different color and they all form together to make a pattern. So that's really cool. I thought whoever designed that was like really clever in how they did things. So yeah, that was a JMoF. And also you can see this cool bandana. I got this from the dealer's den, and I think it matches, the color matches my eyes quite nicely. It's got like a lime green going on with a yellow. I think it suits Rambles quite well, if you don't mind me saying. And I wanted to wear it for the big photo shoot. However, had a slight problem. Okay, so what had happened was I put this on specifically for the photo shoot and to walk around and, you know, have fun. So I put it on, went around the convention, took some photos. Then we went outside for the big group photo shoot. And then we'd had that, and then we went around on the fursuit parade, and that was really fun. I actually really enjoyed that. That was like, oh, it felt so cool. Just walk around and be like, yeah, bitch, I'm wolf. And then what happened was I needed to go to the headless lounge after all that, and so when I like popped off my old head, popped off the old head, I looked and I saw that I didn't have this scarf neckerchief thing at all. It was gone. So that freaked me out because I paid good money for this. But I checked my photos and it wasn't even in the first photos I took, so I knew it had to be somewhere between the convention center and the car park. So I retraced my steps and I found it. Where? On the floor right next to my car. It had fallen off immediately after I tried to put it on, and I hadn't noticed because I'm wearing this and I can't see anything below eye level. So, yeah. That sucked. But at least I found it. And at least it wasn't raining. The good thing is that I learned that now if I wear this, I must double knot it, because a single knot just ain't enough. It's gonna fall right off. So, I mean, you know, every cloud, eh? Every cloud has a silver lining. When it comes to other things, I got my results back for the JLPTea, the Japanese Language Proficiency Test. So I think I mentioned this back in my first video, maybe the second video as well. But in December, I took the JLPTea. I took N3, so the N3 level, and my results came back the other week, and I failed it. One thing that kind of bothered me, though, was that when I took N5 and N4, both times I took N4, because I failed N4 the first time I took it as well. All 3 times I took it, they had the clock on the wall, and you could look at it and check how much time you had left, because they tell you. Because, you know, they tell you how much time you have for each section. So you can kind of know how much time to spend on each section. But for some reason, they decided to cover the clock with a sheet of paper so you couldn't see it at all. Because that makes sense. That makes sense. You're really going to be able to cheat by looking at the clock. I guess you're going to see the reflection of someone's answer paper or something. I don't know what they're thinking. Japanese bureaucracy. If you come to Japan, hope you enjoy pointless bureaucracy that makes no goddamn sense, because you're gonna run into it a lot. Yeah, it didn't make any sense, and I asked the invigilator, like, how am I supposed to know how much time I have left? And he said, in Japanese, he's like, you don't have a watch? I'm like, well, if you'd told me to bring a watch, I would have brought one. But every other time I've taken this test, I've had a clock to look at. So I thought, you know, I don't need to bring a watch. Why would I need to bring a watch with me? And he's like, well, Shogunai. Fucking Shogunai. I'll Shogunai up your ass if you're not careful. So, yeah, that kind of annoyed me, because obviously that put me under... I'm not saying that's what caused me to fail. I think what caused me to fail is, like, just I'm not good at listening or paying attention. I kind of just zone out and drift off, which is probably the reason I failed. But on the other hand, having this unnecessary pressure of not knowing how much time I had left to do the questions made me rush through them. So I'm sure that didn't help in, like, it didn't help my chances. So yeah. So with JMoF and JLPTea aside, how did my learning go? Because if you remember from this sheet of paper, which is, oh my god, let me get this piece of paper which I have completely destroyed by accident. I was supposed to be doing German this month in January. This is my quarter, so first quarter is focus on German. So how did my German go? Actually quite well. I was able to do almost every day one lesson from the Deutsche Welle's Nikos Weg course, the A1 course. So, you know, I think I did quite well. There's just a couple of days when I didn't do it. Sorry, I'm gonna have to fucking do this. This is driving me bonkers. I was actually able to study some German every single day, apart from when I was at JMoF, because I was so tired. Oh, if you've been to a convention, you'll know. So tired. I didn't have any time after getting back. I just wanted to collapse on the bed. Every single day of the convention. And then a couple days after the convention as well. But yeah, other than those days and a couple other days where I was just kind of exhausted, I was able to study some German every day. So, you know, that felt quite good. And I've been able to finish the first 20 lessons of Deutsche Welle's Nikos Weg course. So that's pretty cool. I'm happy about that. So I guess I need to embarrass myself and give a self-introduction in German to prove how much German I've actually learned. Okay, so that's kind of what I've been doing for German, and as well as studying that course, I've also been looking at some YouTube channels, both for like actual like German language YouTube channels, and also I've looked at a few German furry YouTubers because of course I did, and that's been kind of fun to listen to, and like, yeah, you get to learn very useful vocabulary such as flauschig. Very useful if you're a furry, I think you'll agree. So that's how my German's been going. It's been, you know, slow, but at the same time, I'm feeling positive about it. You know, I'm feeling good about German. It's fun. Actually, I can show you kind of what the lessons entail. So basically, this is a notebook that I'm just writing down the dialogues and some of the texts that are in the lessons. So I'll just show you. This is kind of, yeah, just kind of copying what's in them. See if I can find a dialogue. Yeah, some dialogues as well. So, yeah. So that's what I've been doing with German. So, now, we did mention that I would also be doing Japanese for January, and then French for February. So how has that been going? Not well. So basically what happened is in January I was supposed to be studying Japanese, but I didn't actually want to, and I was being distracted by other things because I didn't want to study Japanese, but I was telling myself I had to. But what I wanted to do was study some French, or I wanted to maybe do some fursuit parts, or something like that. Yeah, so basically there were all these different things that I was wanting to do instead of Japanese. But I was telling myself, no, you have to do Japanese. And so, consequently, I didn't do any of it, which isn't great. And so, from that, reflecting on that, at the end of January, I thought, okay, so moving forward, yes, having a set language that you must study, such as German for the first quarter, French for the second quarter, and so on, is definitely a good idea. I need that structure to force myself to engage with this new language and not get completely distracted and float off into outer space. But on the other hand, like these other ones, like, oh, January is Japanese month, February is French month, March is, ooh, I'm going to make a fursuit or something. It's just not good for me. I'm a very free spirit. I know it sounds a bit hippie-trippy bullshit, but I am. And so having order is definitely good because it helps focus my attention on something. But if everything is ordered, then it's very constrictive and it's not good for me. I need some freedom, okay? I need to have, some balance of chaos and order. I can't just have all order or all chaos, because if everything is orderly, then I'll have no motivation to do anything because I feel completely constrained. And if everything is chaos, then I won't get anything done because I'm just floating off everywhere. So I've learned that for me, I need to, if I'm doing two things, one of them has to be ordered, such as you will do German, and the other one can be more free. So it's like, you can do whatever you want. As long as you do German, you could do Japanese, French, anything. You could do whatever you want. Okay? So, yeah. So that's kind of something I learned about myself, which is good because it means I'm moving forward in a good direction. Yeah. Another thing that I kind of, in that same vein, is that at the start of this channel, I said that I would do like one video a week. And whilst I said that, I was in the winter holidays and I had no job to go to. So that was very easy to say and kind of easy to uphold in a way. But now I have my 8 to 5 job back. It's not very good because this channel was supposed to be a way for me to hold myself accountable to get things done. But if I'm being so accountable that I have to make a video every week, that's actually conflicting and stressing me out and taking time away from things. Like, that was something I struggled with in January, was I was trying to make a video for YouTube, and so instead of studying German, I was just editing a video or filming the video or trying to upload the video, and it just wasn't a good look. It wasn't working for me. So I'm gonna say, I'll try and upload maybe 2 videos a month, but not on any specific fixed date, and they'll just kind of show up when they do. And I think that's much better for me because, like, this isn't my actual job. I'm not making money off of this, and it does take a long time. I didn't realize how much time it would take, but editing videos takes a good couple hours, and uploading takes forever. Like, most of these videos take like 6 hours to upload. It's ridiculous. And during those 6 hours, I can't do anything else on my laptop. If I open any other programs, then it just can either crash the upload or just really slow it down. And if I try and open any other tabs, then it just loses internet connection for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, so actually uploading a video is quite a huge commitment, because it means I have to set aside like 6 hours of my time to... This is uploading a video time, and I have to find something else to do. Like, tidy my apartment in those 6 hours, where I can't be doing any other work or anything. So yeah, it's quite a large commitment, actually. That's about all for this update. I'm gonna sign off now. And yeah, I will make another update around the end of March, beginning of April time. That's when I can like look back on this first quarter and kind of see how things went with German, and see if I want to actually go through with this this original plan here, because there is a part of me that wants to actually switch these two around, and so I have like 6 months of German and 6 months of French, instead of dividing it like this. There is a part of me that wants to do that, just because it might be more effective than like stopping and starting and stopping and starting. But I mean, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I hope you're all doing well. If you've set any goals for this year, if you haven't set any goals for this year, then I mean, it's never too late to start something. Like for instance, if you said, oh, so I'm gonna not drink any more soda or something like that, and then you were doing really well for like a month, and then maybe on like January 27th you drank a Coke, and then your brain is like, oh well, you've ruined it, you didn't do it perfectly, so you know, you just have to wait until next year. It's like, what? But there's like 26 days to 1. You succeeded 26 days and you failed 1 day. I don't see why that means you have to restart, why you can't just start again. It's like, that doesn't make sense. It's like if you had 2 sports teams playing against each other. It's not like Team A has to win every match, otherwise if they lose once, they lose the entire thing. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why humans are like this. We are very strange creatures who do have very odd behavior. But yeah, it's never too late to start something, so if you're if you're inspired by me, yeah, if you think like, oh, you know, that's cool, I'd like to try something new this year maybe, then go ahead. It's not too late. Like, you don't have to start on the 1st of January. You could start on the 1st of October. As long as you're starting something new, then I don't see a problem with it. You know, it's always good to try and improve yourself and do something new. So, yeah. I guess I'll see you in the next one. Don't know what that will be. Probably be a hour-long video that I already filmed. But, yeah, until next time, auf Wiedersehen.